Oh, hello, friends. How are you? It's me, Lou, your friend. I called you friend at the beginning because that implies that we are friends of some variety. I'm not going to put a label on it. I'm just going to say, hello, friends. How are you? It's 5:35. Got a little bit slight late start. Tiny violin. Late start to the thing. I was distracted by Slay the Spire on Steam. I got my this is my first ever non-Mac laptop that I have purchased, and as a result I have been freed to play all the PC games that I was never able to play, and Slay the Spire is one that it's alright. It's a early access game I'm enjoying quite a bit. It's basically a card game, and you have to you get cards, and you run into monsters, and you have to play the cards against the monsters. I digress. So, how are you? Since last we spoke, it was the morning of somebody. What is that symbol? Is that a person? That's Eric Holden's symbol or something? Some sort of symbol appeared here. What's this? Guest request. Allows your viewers to request to join as a guest. Oh, all right then. Sure, whatever. Hello, Eric Holden. How are you? It is, what is it? 3:30 where you are? 2:30. 2:37. Anywho, hello to you. It's been an eventful day here in New York City. I did laundry, did some other stuff. It's raining, oh, thank you for asking, Eric. I'm doing fine. Still unemployed. So, what are you going to do about that? I did apply. I actually applied for another job at Columbia University, if you believe that. So we'll see if I get a call back. I had several of the skills required. But not at GSAP, so I think that's a positive move. Anyway, yeah, so it's raining here. There are jobs. I won't say which job I prefer, but there are lots of jobs I've applied for that I also hope call. Yeah, it's there's some sort of summer storm activity here because it's been like mad hot. It's 83 now, but I guess I heard it feels like 91. There's a standard New York hotness going on. Yeah, it was Ace's birthday yesterday. Ace, my son, turned 15, which is, of course, remarkable and depressing because time is flying by. But we have this understanding that he wants a new skateboard deck for his birthday. And he said, hey, can we go to the skateboard store and get me a new skateboard deck? And I was like, yes. And then I keep being like, when are you going to tell me you want to go to the skateboard store? And he's like, oh, yeah. Yeah, I want a new skateboard. But then he doesn't ever ask to go. So, what are you going to do? One part of me is like, great, I don't have to spend money on a skateboard. The other part of me is like, when are you going to tell me that I didn't get you nothing for your birthday? I did get him a shirt from the Send It Instagram account, which I thought he would enjoy, and he did. I was going to get another shirt, but I thought he wouldn't enjoy it, and it was also kind of offensive. It's this shirt from this Instagram account, or that I saw, called The Distinguished Gentleman, I think it's called. And I believe it. Motorized longboards. My son doesn't need anything motorized because he is a troubled person. Are you requesting? No, you're not requesting to come on. No, okay. Are you? I can't tell. I don't know what that symbol is. I see a picture of Carla Ferrucci up in the upper right-hand corner of my phone, but I can't tell if that's her requesting to come on the stream or not, which you're more than welcome to. But anyway, Yeah, I don't like, so motorized longboards, I don't need any more. Hell no. All right. Ace doesn't need any motorized activity. He should be engaged in mental thought about how he is being propelled. That's my current philosophy. I understand, Carla. You know, there's a lot of pressure to have a chat with someone on the stream. But you know, it's funny. A friend of mine who lives in DC, who sometimes pops in here, he was asking me about a motorized scooter. And I rode the Bird motorized scooters, which are like, Bird is a brand of basically social share bikes or scooters that are all over LA or Santa Monica, the beach area. And you just have this app, and it's like 15 cents a minute, and you just, you know, walk up to one, and if it's not engaged, you can scan a barcode and hop on this electric scooter and take off. Now, I understand that a lot of the locals hate them because those damn kids are all riding their Bird scooters on the sidewalk and whatnot. But I enjoyed it quite a bit. Plus, no one walks in the fucking sidewalks in fucking California. I mean, just, I don't know why people are bummed out about it. You don't want them riding in the street. Some kid apparently rode one foolishly and got hit by a car. And so they were kind of like, you know, you need to wear a helmet when you ride these like public scooters that are all over the place, which is, of course, a nonsensical solution to like force everyone to get helmets and carry your helmet around all the time and get a ticket if you don't have a helmet. I don't think that's going to happen. But I wish they had those here, but I feel like, so New York has bike share, right? The city bike program. And as many cities do, you know, you're going to have a certain amount of bike share bikes that end up in the river. Because when I was in Paris, I definitely saw, we did a show in 14, 13 in Paris, and we were right by this river, and there were all these bike share bikes in the river. And I was kind of like, you know, it's kind of shitty, but to be expected with sort of dum-dums. But I feel like if you had those Bird scooters in New York, they would just be all stolen immediately. Maybe I'm being negative. I'm always being negative. Frequently, not always. You know, hyperbole has its place. Hyperbole is always the best. Yeah, so I thought, like, I would love it if I could just be like, oh, there's a scooter over here, and just scoot over to my thing instead of having to get on a bicycle or whatever. But I feel like it's just not the right city for that kind of thing. The self-driving scooters, once they're in the river, they turn into some sort of aquatic device and float themselves to a nearby dock. That would be pretty cool. But sadly, I think that technology will not see public consumption until we're long gone. Unless Elon Musk gets involved. That guy can do whatever he wants. But anyway, what did I do? Oh, so where were we? Oh, so so I'm just waiting to find out when Ace wants me to take him to Zoomies, which, you know, I'm not crazy about it as a store because it's it's a chain skateboard store. I'd rather go to a local place, but for some reason Ace wants to go to the chain store. And also that store, we were there, we were at the Zoomies store that's down here in downtown Brooklyn, and they had, I forget what brand it was. The brand doesn't matter, but it was like they had a jigsaw puzzle that they were selling, and I was like, wait a minute, like, what's on that? What is this a jigsaw puzzle of? I know there's got to be a better store. There are, but I just don't know why he doesn't want to go to them. He also, you know, he wants weird brands. I don't know, like, you know. Hi, and hello to you, Charles. How are you? So this puzzle that's at Zoomies, right? The store is full of all kinds of dumb bullshit, you know, kind of suggestive t-shirts for kids to wear. They're all about like, you know, wink wink I have sex, or wink wink I like to drink and I'm a teenager. But there was a puzzle that was up like behind the counter, and I was like, what is on that? What's that puzzle? And the woman was like, oh, I don't know. That's it was like a Rip and Dip, which is a brand puzzle. And I was like, okay, well, that is a peyote button. That's an Amanita muscaria. That's psilocybin. That is like these are all hallucinogenic plants on this calendar, or this cactus or jigsaw puzzle you're selling. And she was like, oh, they are? Oh, I guess I never looked at it. It's like, all right, sure. This jigsaw puzzle probably belongs in a head shop more than a skate shop. But go ahead. Get on with your bad self. Hello, Mr. Wilderspin. Calling in once again from St. Louis, Missouri. As I was just saying, there was a jigsaw puzzle with a wide variety of hallucinogens on it, for sale at the skate shop that my son likes to go to. Oh, I see we're keeping it bilingual. And now Thurston is joined. We're having a regular old party up in here. Now, it's interesting. Carla was on before. And Chuck, you may know this person. Recently, I was talking to Dan Fernandez, my cousin, and he asked me if I remembered a girl by the name of Iris, who I did remember from the Milwaukee scene, the young scene, I'll call it, the college age scene from when I moved to Milwaukee. And I was like, yeah, I remember Iris, like Black Bob, nice lady. And but she dropped off the face of the earth as far as I'm concerned. Like, we were all in Milwaukee, and then like I don't know what happened to her, but she was like, and she just like vanished as far as I'm concerned. Like, I wasn't that good of friends with her, but I was used to seeing her at like house parties or concerts or whatever, and then she was just gone. And then all of a sudden, Dan was like, do you know her? And I was like, yeah, I remember her. She actually drove me back to Milwaukee from seeing Echo and the Bunnymen in Madison. Like, I had gone to see Echo and the Bunnymen in Madison with Dan, who bootlegged the concert, as he was like to do back then. And then I saw that Iris was there, and she was there with her boyfriend, and I sat in the back seat and talked to Iris the entire way back. So I was like, yeah, of course. And then all of a sudden I got a friend request from Iris on Facebook or Instagram or something like that. And I was like, well, what do you know? I did see that she's in Chicago now. But yeah, I remembered her. But I was surprised to also hear from her, because literally she was one of several people over the years that I spent in Milwaukee that just sort of left the social scene that I was in, which was probably for the best. And to answer Thurston, I was talking about a jigsaw puzzle that was at the skateboard shop that had peyote buttons, Amanita muscaria, that, you know, the red cap mushroom that is infamous for that people think made people believe that reindeer could fly, you know, sort of a weird hallucinogen. Psilocybin mushrooms, Liberty caps, and would they yeah, you'd remember. I'm sure you'd remember if you saw a picture of her back in the day. Was a very pretty young lady. With back then, I'm talking about her like I'm talking about her now. No, she was cute and all that nonsense. Always a bob, little kind of upturned nose. Could take a punch. Had a mean windmill kick that she liked to do to dudes who were messing around with her. Yeah, well, forget what the other type of hallucinogenic mushroom that's like harder to grow than cubensis, but like is more potent and grows on like it's, you know, like Panoplies, Cyans, something like that. Did they have Dipsy Do's or Dipsy Don'ts? What is that? I don't know what that means. Oh, greetings, Sage Swarm. We're just talking about Iris, the girl who used to live in Milwaukee, who has sort of come back into onto my radar, someone I hadn't thought about in a long time. Sage, would you like to come on the stream and talk with me? It's been a while. I was just in Milwaukee earlier in June, and was across from Friendly Toast, but I don't know if that's still a business that you're involved in, and I don't know if you're still watching. But I don't know what a Dipsy Do or Dipsy Don't is. Frank, would you please elucidate on that issue? Is that the right word? I don't know. I'm using my phone to do this, so I can't look it up. Ready reference. But anyhow, like I was saying, it's interesting to when people out of the past kind of reach out to you and say hello, because, you know, there's certain people who you're kind of like, whatever happened to them? I'm not going to go looking too deep. Now, there is a person that I've been looking for. Yep, exactly. It makes sense, right? All of a sudden, she's like worming her way through the Facebook Friends edition. And the Joe Dirt Firecracker list, that's a very specific pop culture reference. But let's all hope that Iris is not friending us all now here in the year of our Lord 2018 to try to get us to join Amway through her, or some sort of shakily vitamin pyramid scheme, because I'm not falling for it again. Yeah, my friend, I've been looking for this guy who I was really good friends with in grade school, and my friend Kenny was looking for this guy as well. His name is Malcolm Johnson. Now, the problem is that Malcolm Johnson was a really great white dude that I knew in grade school, and then he left the school we were going to go to a different school because he was miserable at the school I was going to. And then I lost touch with him, and then the last time I saw him, he had been like in Italy, he had done a year abroad and become kind of like a hippie. And I know, the worst. But now when you look up Malcolm Johnson on LinkedIn or Facebook, 99% African American. So I've been having a hard time finding him. So I don't know if he's alive or whatever. I did reconnect with an old friend named Chris Chessel, who now goes by a different name, through Facebook, and that was completely random. But Scientology, that would be very bad as well. I don't think I know anyone who bought into Scientology. Do we? Oh, interesting that you were talking about us, Carla. Please talk on. My ears are burning. Oh, yeah. My own insecurities lead me to believe that people would not talk about me back from those days, but that's me. Thank you for testing me at all times, Frank. I really appreciate it, especially Joe Dirt. Trivia would be a good pop culture reference litmus test, since I have not seen that movie more than once, if in its entirety at all. So I do remember the scene where the guy is exploded in the fantasy by the bomb, and it turns into his Indian friend turns into like a dust man that disintegrates, and that made me laugh really hard. And then it turned out to be a dream. Whatever happened with that dude? That's more like it. That's the kind of discussion I expect about me. Whatever happened to that dude? Oh, I was going to say what happened to that dude. That's just a dude that went to school with my son. So now I know what happened to him. He's over there walking down the street. But yeah, very funny. Well, my time is almost up here in the car. So the city no longer mandates that I sit in here, only until 5:55. So, as always, it's been a delight to chat with you and receive all your questions and queries and answers to my jibber jabber. Oh, look at this. Let me undo my, well, it's good, then it'll beep. I'll undo this thing. I've got this really cool Brooklyn Cyclones jersey that they gave out at the Brooklyn Cyclones game the other day. It was free after I bought a ticket. And I really wanted, thank you with the wish for good luck skateboard shopping. And I would never lick the puzzle pieces because, that's the kind of thing that, like, maybe it is hallucinogenic, this puzzle. I'm pretty sure the Rip and Dip people are not in the business of distributing hallucinogens via expensive puzzles through skateboard shops. Maybe if you eat enough of the puzzle pieces, you'll see something, but it'll probably be a tunnel of light with your grandmother beckoning you to come join her in heaven. But this is a Brooklyn Cyclones jersey that they were giving out for free. It was nice. Well, that's Facebook, man. If I wanted to, I could flip it in before I put it on YouTube. However, I do not care enough to do so. If I do it on Twitch, then it's normal. Or if I do it on YouTube, it's normal. It's just for some reason Facebook has this shit reversed. Me not know. That's just how they do. But you can just imagine. It says Cyclones Brooklyn as a hot dog. Good day to all of you. This my mirror image. That's what I say to the mirror all the time. I'm always like, you look better than I do. You look better. No, you do. And that's how I live my life. With lots of accusations. Oh, Kelly Carter joining just as the stream is ending. I'm about to get out of the car. So, next time, ciao, everybody. Oh, it didn't bing bong when I took my seatbelt off. This car's falling apart. All right, see you guys later. Bye-bye.